the video starts, make sure you follow our socials in the description and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Welcome back to your podcast, people. Back again this week, and it is my second away trip. Come all the way to Chester to see James. How are you, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, all good. Glorious Chester.
Glorious Chester. I was saying on the way over here, I was like, I've got no idea where I'm going. Because everyone, you know Chester for Cheshire Oaks, really.
Yeah.
Especially people from my end. And I was like, no idea where I'm going. Pissing down as well.
Yeah. Well,
lovely northern weather.
Normal weather, mate. English weather for you.
English weather, definitely. Well, so it's James Beeton I'm joined with today. Do you want to just kind of introduce a little bit about what you kind of do, I suppose, professionally now, into our spare time?
Yeah, so dart player now, obviously. Work as well. Normally, but yeah, come weekends, it's dart player.
It's all about darts. Fantastic.
All about darts on the weekend.
I did. I've been saying for ages. All my mates would be like proper buzzing. I've wanted a pro darts player on for ages. It's just such a different level.
Yeah.
So what the pub level sort of is really for you.
Yeah.
So you're currently ranked 18th, aren't you, in the PDC development?
Yeah.
That's fucking mental.
Good. It's tough. You know what I mean? Because obviously you're coming up against a lot of tour card holders now, and it's getting more and more. Like, I've been playing that now, 4 years. When I first started, there was probably only 5 or 6 tour card holders in terms of ones who are playing, like, see, Thankyou's price every week, and now there's easily double that now.
There's easily top 10 in there, because I was having a look at sort of a top 10.
Yeah.
You've got the top 5. You've got like Van Veen.
Yeah.
And then even if you go down to like Dylan Slewin,
yeah,
they're all Nathan Rafferty, all tour card holders, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's tough, and there's a lot of a debate about it, whether they should be in it and whatnot. I mean, I see from both sides' point of view, but it's not their fault. Firstly,
course,
they're the ones who get the stick names why they shouldn't be. Well, it's not their fault. Firstly, you know what I mean. I personally don't mind, because I know my A game can beat them. So I've done it, you know what I mean. So it's not a problem in terms of ability, but there is a case for obviously the 16-year-olds who aren't at the level of some of us, some of the other lads, and some of them. They're playing and they're getting no confidence from it. So I do see some from both sides of view, but it's not their fault. Firstly,
yeah, of course, yeah. At the end of the day,
the PDC, if you can make it the top 32 in the world, you can't play then.
Yeah.
So they have brought something into it, like, you know what I mean. I think Josh Rock, he can play in the world. He's done one season. I quit in a few weeks. I'm not sure whether he can play. I think he's in the top 32 now, so he can't play now. Obviously, if he drops back out, which I doubt he will, he'll be able to play again then. But
you're looking at a couple of them as well, because top 2 automatically go, don't they? Is it top 2?
Top 2 get tour card and Ali Pally, and then the rest sort of get sort of chasing for the UK Open and whatnot. Yeah,
so you just have to kind of play. Well, as soon as you get to that tour card, it kind of just go up a level, don't you? I suppose
you do. We have to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to, like, don't you? You know what I mean. There's no, if you're not averaging. The averages, you haven't got average as high as people make out. It's about timing, and that's in any tournament you go. It's about time, and it's not all about the 100 averages, because at the minute I seem to get beat more with 100 averages than a win.
That's so frustrating, though. Like you because you did it. Was it a couple of weeks ago against Rafferty?
Yeah, that's right. Rafferty 99. Yeah, I mean
99 average, and you get beaten. You're like, what is happening here?
Stuff there sometimes tough to take. Sometimes because you think, well, you're playing near your A game here. And it's not quite. And I miss chances in 2 legs. It's only 1 dart, but still a chance. And when you're playing them lads, you've got to take them.
So of course.
That's fine, but it is tough sometimes, because you think, well, what can I really work on? Because we can all miss dart, double 1 dart. That's not a lack of practice. That's not a lack of quality. That's just happens.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of thing. So it is tough. It was tough to take. So if I'd have won that, I could have gone and won it. I always believe I could win it, but them kind of feats are probably harder to take. I suppose people go, "Oh, you play well," but it's about winning.
Of course, yeah. It's a professional sport at the end of the day, so
Yeah.
it's gone from being your hobby to kind of being your job.
Yeah.
How has that sort of like shifted your mindset really when you kind of became pro, or have you always been? Because I read about kind of when you were 16, broken onto the scene with like a 9 darter.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started playing, I was like 10. Dad got me a dartboard and that, and my dad took the wedding pictures down in our conservatory. Mum and Dad's wedding pictures down
so
for
he could
the dartboard, like
commitment.
And the wallpaper. And my dad's like, "What's the wallpaper?" And all that. And I'm 10. And I'm hitting him out the board everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But the board's here. So, like, obviously we've got the door and the window there. So, like, any wrong shot and it's through the window, basically. And a wallpaper, my dad's coming in and painting the wallpaper up. Then we had new wallpaper when I got better, and he thought, well, you can't hit it now.
Here we go, we're working up.
We're all right now, you know what I mean?
We can put some money down in this wallpaper, work our way
so,
up.
like, it's basically that. So my mum used to work at Chester Football Club in the bar.
Nice.
So the guy, the manager, Andy Cummins, he was a dart player, Super League county, really good player, locally, he had a going to Q school, but it's probably a bit of a different level, if you know what I mean. But he was a great player. He still is a great player. So he invited me down to the Super League. It was Monday night. It was first in Chester, a place called A Lot of Vaults, to play. I was like 10. Yeah, I think it was 10, 11, something like that. 10, 11. I was playing and all that, and I got my first win, and then it seemed to go from 0 to 100 in the space
just
of
quickly,
it was
sharp.
Quickly. I was playing Super League, but I wasn't getting a game, and I was playing an average game at the end for an average. Wasn't good. Awful. I was averaging 15, 14, 15, 16. And it was tough because I was really practicing a lot, dedicated, 7, 8 hours a day. That was
just your life.
Oh, it changed because I used to play football, and then I just went, well, give darts a go. And if it doesn't go well, I always go back to football. I haven't looked back, 9 years down the line, 10 years, but so went to that, and Andy invited me to play this as I was getting better. I couldn't play in this Wednesday Premier League against good county players, Super League players, and all that. And then at the start of it, I was getting beat, but then just getting better and better and better. And by the end of it and all that, I was pushing and beating them.
Yeah, you were working your way up. So what's the difference between so you mentioned county and Super League.
Yeah.
So what's the main difference between them two?
So you play Super League, so you put your averages in, and then that goes to all the county selectors to play county basically. So then, say me and you played, they'd be recorded, and then your averages would be sent into the selectors.
So do you play is it Northern County? So would you play Merseyside, Greater Manchester?
It's not regionalised.
Is it not?
I wish it was, because you get better play. Everyone would play then so-called top better players.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, they had the Isle of Wight in our division. So obviously, I couldn't make that. You think, fucking hell, you know what I mean? So they go down for a Friday afternoon, getting the boat over, back Sunday night. People are working, you know what I mean? I have to take days off
mental
for one game of darts.
I bet there's not a lot of pros playing in that sort of.
Not really, no. I mean, Keegan Brown plays for the I think who's Keegan Brown? He might be Essex or someone. I could be wrong. Fallon Sherritt plays. James Earl plays. Ricky Evans plays for Northamptonshire, PDC, and you do get a few.
Yeah.
And there's no pro tournaments locally. They see it as a day on the lash, really. You know what I mean? But the travelling side of it is.
That's mental. Surely it would make sense for it to be regionalised.
It would. It'd be great. You know what I mean? But then they'd see it as playing the same counties and same teams every season.
Yeah, I
so
suppose.
It is like that. But I prefer it because I probably commit more. But I play when I can.
I've
got tournaments on, but it's not very often. I played 3 games last year, I think. Just when I'm,
just when you're free.
When I'm free.
Well, you were saying about, so you head in, is it Belgium you're going to?
Belgium on Friday. I'm flying to Belgium
for the
Friday.
Open.
Belgium and Antwerp Open, yeah.
So how does that come about to actually applying for an Open? Is it just general admission?
It's just general admission.
Or?
No, it's just, so admission, so you have entries between £25 to £30 per event.
It's not bad, to be fair.
We play for 2-3 grand each tournament, so that's certain. So this is 2 silver events, so probably the winner maybe €2,000, maybe something like that. But if you sometimes have the platinum, which is the Dutch Open, which is €5,000 the winner, and just all different ones really.
Because you got to semi-final, didn't you? So I saw a game of yours on YouTube against. Was it Romania?
Laszlo, Romania semi-final.
He was a killer. I saw him in the first leg, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, he's been a bit of my nemesis. He's beat me twice this year.
Has he?
So I got going back to Romania. Had a really mad start to the year. Really, went to Q school. Won the first game prelim. First day I played Scott Marsh, one of the best players. Really good player. PDC beat him 95 average.
Nice.
Smash play felt good. I thought this is my time. And then the next game got beat. Didn't back it up kind of thing. And Q school didn't go well again. So it was tough coming back on because there's 2 stages to Q school.
Yeah.
So there's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you've got to get through. You probably need to win 3 first round games. I won 3 games, but they were all prelims, so I didn't get any points. So over days, if that was for first round, then I got through.
Yeah.
Fine margins, but I didn't play well enough. So I come home on the Wednesday, gutted obviously, because that's a chance to get a tour card and all the rewards from it, which is massive.
Financially, huge,
sponsors, financially, it's massive. It changes your life.
How many sort of players' championships is it?
30.
30, bloody
30.
hell.
You guarantee in the UK Open you're playing to get all the TV made, Euro tours.
Yeah.
But the sponsorship money you'll be guaranteed, and it's a lot. That tour card is literally the golden ticket. People aren't exaggerating by that. So then I came back and I played a local comp on the Saturday in Chester Riley's. Won that. And I thought, where was this game like in Q school? Like,
it's frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Tough. Because I'm normally what I am. I'm worse locally than what I am when I go away. I'm not very good locally.
Yeah.
I'm just not. It's just different preparation. People.
Is it mindset sort of thing? Do you reckon?
Yeah, mindset.
Because you see it in sort of like a lot of other pro sports. So like for example in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Like you see that when you're facing a Premier side facing like a League One, League Two. You get the shocks. Like they get themselves up for it. So is it like a mindset sort of thing from you?
Well, yeah, it is. Because like it's just totally different. Like I do on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or whenever I play when I can get there. I don't practice as much and prepare as much. Like when I play at a tournament now, so say on PDC, we start at 10:30 in the morning. I'm one of the first ones there. 3 hours before, 2 hours practice. Preparation and all that. But locally, you get there like 10 minutes before, just play. You know what I mean? And you don't prepare as right. It's just your preparation just totally different. But when you're playing locally, people know what I do and all that. I'm like a big scalp, so they raise their game against me.
Of course,
I'm not on it as much.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just totally different night and day. I mean, I can't even tell you sometimes how bad I play locally, like shockingly bad. But I go to a tournament the weekend, I'm just different.
Different level.
It's just so different.
Yeah.
And people think it shouldn't be like that, but it just is. And any sport, football, as you said with football, if City were playing a League Two team, they wouldn't be on it as much as if they were playing a Champions League game against Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? It's just totally different. But until you've probably been in that position, you don't probably know what that's like.
Yeah.
If you know kind of mean. But it's mentally.
Yeah. So what's happening with? So how does Q School work exactly? Because I know you obviously pay, which is quite a hefty entrance fee, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then so you have the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So like, what is that overall experience like in Q School? Because how many? Because it's literally like a room like this, isn't it?
A room like this,
it's just dartboards everywhere, booths everywhere, and then is it just like luck of the draw who you get first round, or is it seeded?
No, luck of the draw, no seeded, just luck of the draw. So you could get worst player in the room, you could get the best player in the room.
So you could be getting someone who's just lost a tour card, theoretically.
Yeah,
straight away.
Yeah. They've been playing. I mean, there was some who played last year, lost the tour card by like 500 quid, which is like one game. So they're like close to keeping it being the world. So they're on it. So they come like Keegan Brown lost his tour card, but he swept back through and got it straight away. So but you'd be playing them kind of players.
There's quite a few, weren't there? Fallon, Sherrick, Sheep,
Fallon.
Tour card.
You got so many players there who haven't.
But you even got the international players like Christian Perez and players like that.
He's come over and that, obviously he's struggling with visas to use his card. But you've got other people who are there, like, Wes Newton. I shared with Wes Newton. Wes is a really good mate of mine. He's been at the heights of the Premier League, match play 9 darters and all that, and now struggling. Well, probably struggling now, you know what I mean, in terms of he works now as well, Wes. So darts isn't his main aim. He had like a bad injury with his shoulder. It was at the Premier League, it was. He told me the story. He said he literally was in bed before on a Premier League day and just reached over to a table, his shoulders
popped.
Went something like that. Yeah. And then it's better, but it's just not quite.
It's not quite the same.
No, it's fine. I don't get any pain from it now and all that, from what I can gather. But your throat just changes and mentally the break and all that, and it's just. But yeah, I mean, there's so many players that you could play, and even good players who I play sometimes they even know, and they were just top notch.
So what would it take to actually get that tour card then? So how many wins are we talking overall?
So you could get on the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you'll have the last 8 get through to the finals day.
Yeah.
So you'd have to win probably 6 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And in the finals, Wednesday to Sundays, 128 players only, best of 11. So you've got to win 6 games. And then the winner gets through, and then there's like a order of merit on the best points. So there's like, I think there was 12 tour card holders. There's like 12 cards out of 500 players, probably 400 players maybe.
And you're playing against creme de la creme, 100%.
Tough. They have a European one, which statistically is easy to get a tour card, but again, the best players there are still ridiculous. It's just look at the draw, but there's probably more worse players in the European one to what there was in England. But, it's luck of the draw. I mean, you could play a European one and get whoever. Yeah, I think Christian Kist got a talk. I don't know, you got a talk Christian Kist, but you could draw him first round every day.
Kist, and you're like, fair enough.
You know what I mean? So it's just luck of the draw in anything, in everything. You know what I mean? So
it's just like so. Who are the players who you really struggle to kind of play against in the past? Like, what are the big names that you have kind of played?
struggle more against slower players, probably.
Okay,
so... a tough one. It is a tough one, because I'm a quick player, want to get into a rhythm.
So, for example, like Solovic, where he's just constantly twiddling around the darts, and it's so. Are you prefer like a Gerwin Price where he's constantly
just
on your
get
back,
on with it,
get going, get it moving,
and you have that. You sometimes have some. You were too quick, so I sort of like you adapt your game kind of thing to that. You know what I mean? You have someone on tour and that who are like that, but yeah, they're the main will struggle. But I don't care. You play at top end to the WDF, you know, Neil Duff, Andy Beeton, the top end. Don't matter, you know what I mean. You
just got to take him as you kind of see him.
Just take him. It's pure. I'm a player that much, you know, on tour. You know what I mean. So you learn how to play certain players. You know what to do because you've played them before. And some players, it's just purely be better than them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In the end, kind of thing.
So when you find you going away on sort of like tour, so you go into the Opens, do you have like a close knit sort of circle you kind of stick with, or?
Yeah, mainly. Yeah. I mean, I travel with like myself. Mark Graham lives in Chester. Dafford Edwards lives in Wrexham. He's not travelled for a few years, but I first started travelling abroad with was Tony Martin and his wife Anastasia. So they did a lot for me. First I travelled there with Mike Warburton. So you travel with them, and then our tables varies, but the same kind of people like Aaron and Laura Turner, James Hurrell, Neil Duff.
So you always got
the same core of probably 15, 20 people. Some of the Scots are with us and that, and James brings his speaker, and we're all you know listening to his music and all that. So yeah, it's the same kind of people. You know what I mean? Dean Lorraine and Stanley and that when they're there and that, and so yeah, it is the same kind of people really.
Does it also give you a bit of hope? Because obviously the big story I think in the last 12 months, me personally, is probably Alan Suter.
Yeah.
Obviously going from being a firefighter and just setting the world alight.
He still is.
Yeah. And he's just absolutely burst on. Well, obviously he's been around sort of a scene for a long time.
Yeah, I think he won the Swiss Open. I think BWDF the year before and that, and obviously because of his shifts, you see it now what he does to go. Because I think he said he plays on a tour card.
Well, did you see what happened about a World Championship when he had to go home? He had to go back just for a shift. Yeah, it's mental.
So what he does on like a Sunday after the Pro Tour, he'll go to bed and then leave at 11 o'clock at night and go straight to work.
Bloody hell.
Start at 6 a.m. or something like that.
The majority of practically most of them, do they all work as well on one side of it? What would you say? Sort of like, is it like top 32? Would you reckon don't work? Top 64?
Top 64 won't work. The odd one or two will, but yeah. But after that, yeah, they'll
it'll kind of filter down from there.
Yeah. I mean, like our tour, WDF tour and whatnot, Challenge Development tour. A lot of work. Because they've got families and
of course,
bills to pay, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And if you're not winning, you're not earning money, are you? You know what I mean, kind of thing. So the pressures of that, obviously having sponsors helps a lot. Like I'm lucky, I've got great management, sports management company, and Target Darts and other sponsors and that. So
Target Darts sponsoring you, that is unbelievable. How did that come about?
Target's like, wow, look at the players and all that. So we just went down. Took me, Tony Martin, we met manager Mac on the way. Went down there and just got treated like just unbelievable.
Like royalty.
He got treated like Rob Crosswood, Phil Taylor were down there.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Just took around all the offices, the warehouse, and then after done all, we had a photo shoot and all that. Gary Plummer, the main guy, Gary Plummer takes you out to his local for food.
Oh, unreal.
Paid for us all. It's a dead nice place and just had a dead down to earth chat. You know what I mean? Not about darts.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah. And it's good to do that. You know what I mean? But it was unbelievable and. Yeah, just a different level to what I was used to in terms of they were like, we'll get the darts what you need. If they're not right, we'll sort them. If you need something, it'll be there. Like now, I mean, like Lorraine Stanley's in charge of the like elite and all that. When you message her, I say I need something for this on a Monday. Sometimes by a Tuesday, it's there, it's at your door waiting for you.
Unreal.
Just first class, and just can't fault them really.
How does it work with your darts then? Do you like go down and kind of pick them out for yourself, or have you always stuck to the same sort of darts? Or
so before I used James Wade's unicorns,
yes,
so they at the back. So a mate of mine, Jamie Holmes, got me first onto them. That was like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah,
something like that. And but you lose track of time, honestly. So I give him them, and I said I want something similar to them. Which they are, but cool little changes and all that.
Oh, perfect! So you could just take it down and be like, I want
that. They put
similar to that.
On. They put a few little differences and whatnot. But yeah, they were just brilliant, just brilliant, really.
So as soon as you put them in your hand, you were like, here we go.
It takes a. it took me a while to get going with them. Any new dart, you know
of
what
course,
I mean?
yeah,
It really did, and probably not one of my regrets. But after COVID, I sort of thought my ability would get me through straight away, and it just wasn't the case. I had to start putting a lot more work in. I just thought my ability would get me through, and I restarted again. I think it was September first, went to like Denmark and all that, and I was like, not good. I was like, serious changes and all that. And then by like the November, so I got the darts in May, and by November you could see signs of I was getting back to it because I was working harder, away from the scenes.
You say working harder. How much do you practice then? So say on your average week, so say like this week, how many hours are you putting on the board?
Before a tournament, more. I mean, I probably do.
Obviously, you've got the Belgium Open coming up.
So my importance. I'll probably in total today 2 to 3 hours probably.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Sometimes less, sometimes more.
Yeah.
It all depends what I've gone. If I've got local league darts, I might do an hour and a half on my own.
Just got local league.
And I go to darts at night and all that. And my mate Tony, Mark mentioned him a lot. Tony and that Mark. We make Mark when he works till 12. Sometimes we'll practice 2 till 4. We make Daff who comes. He works full time, so we can't really get out to practice. But Tony had a couple of operations, so I was practicing with him more and. Sometimes practice with anaesthesia, because obviously, you know what I mean? So it's just all
Do you prefer
varies.
practicing with other people then?
Yeah, 100%. It's just something, you have a chat and, sometimes I practiced with Anna a couple of years, last year, maybe started last year and all that. There, I was practice room, you have a big TV with like a Netflix series on and you just be practicing away and do like finish. But people think, you have some great games, you practice against each other, but I'd tell you now, 70% don't practice against each other games. It's 1-2-1s, 170 finishes. And
oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just boring playing aimlessly legs and all that. So you do 1-1 to 170, and that does an hour, and you do rounded board doubles with them and all that. So sometimes
I feel like I'm training like a pro. I love a rounded board doubles. I mean, I'm not very good at it, but...
Yeah, stuff like that. You do rounded doubles. We do 1-1 to 170 with 6 to 9 darts. But if you miss, you go back to 1-2-1.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But if you take a finish, say you take 1-2-2 out in 3, you get your life. So if you want to, you only go back to 1-2-2.
So you just work your way up until you get to that 170.
Yeah. So
the big fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice when that goes in.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's also something very nice that went in for you a couple of times. One, most recently, a couple of weeks ago. So you managed to score a 9 dart in a pro tournament, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was that?
Not as special as the first one, because the first one I was like 16 in November. It was my first real breakthrough year, I felt. So sort of capped it off, really. I've hit a lot in practice or local stuff and all that, but to win in the PDC, official PDC BIM badge, being the same 9 dart club and saying like Thankyou and Price is like, wow, you know what I mean? Just from when you first started, you think, when I was at 11, you said to me, you let a 9 dart in the PDC.
It's what you dream of, isn't it? It's literally what you dream of.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But now, it's about tournaments, it's about titles now. It's about, that's what it's about.
Right,
really.
so like the 9 dart, although it was nice accolades, it doesn't really...
It was gone then.
Yeah.
But obviously, naturally, everyone's, on the Dow's Wolf, everyone's going, 9 dart man, because I've done it before and all that. But next game, it was just gone. And because I won the next game and I lost the game after that. On the Friday, your phone's going wild, 9 dart and all that. But I was wasn't down, but I wasn't too happy. I was sharing a room with Paul Wooditch, who's like our driver, and all that. And we were watching the darts and all that. I wasn't buzzing, you know what I mean? So it's about titles now. It's not nines are great, but it's only one leg.
Of course,
and it's just one leg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's great, but it is just one leg. But there's still great things to do. Listen, unbelievable things to do. A lot of people dream of it in 9 darters. You know what I mean? So I can't knock it down. But it's still.
But it's not the end goal, really.
No, it's not the end goal.
Like
it's good to do.
Yeah, it's like scoring a bicycle kick in it. Like for example, like when Rooney scored against City, although I hated it, but if United wouldn't have won that game, wouldn't have meant as much, would it?
No.
Yeah.
They are good to do, but when you're playing, you're in the zone and you're feeling it. Them things can happen, and that's why they happen a lot more regularly. Like Luke Little won the next day.
Luke Little was a joke, innit?
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on Luke at the moment? Is he
great? Yeah.
That next
Good
big
player.
thing? Do you reckon he's going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I get this question asked a lot by people locally and all that, and I just go, yeah, he's good, and people go, but he's someone that you're playing against, so I'm not going to go, he's fantastic. And you don't play well, you're not beating him.
Yeah, of course.
He's come through unbelievable. He's such a down-to-earth lad. Like he's sits on our table at events, WDF, and we'll come back and I'm laughing. He's sat like playing like video games on his phone in between games.
Just chilling.
Chilling. Just has 112 average, just come chilled and just get 112 and just plays video games on his phone.
Class.
It's crazy. So we've actually got a thing in 2 weeks. We're playing like an England versus Scotland challenge match in Airdrie.
Oh, nice.
So it's me, Luke Littler, Scott Williams got a tour card, Dean Stanley's running it and playing against the few Aaron Turner, Laura Turner, John Boy Walton, Lee Shewan plays for England. I think that's it. And we're playing against Scotland's like Ryan Hogarth, Gary Stone, Willie Borland. Obviously, yeah. So that's in 2 weeks.
I mean, Willie Boland's that's kind of gone down in history, that, isn't it? But see, these are the people you're playing against, like Brad Brooks.
I played Willie a few times and I beat him and he's beat me. Brad Brooks, I beat Brad last year and that before, and he was in the nemesis, he beat me a lot.
Did he?
Brad, yeah.
So what was it about? Because he doesn't throw sort of very slow, does he?
No, he's quick. He's just... he beat me from like 15, 16 youth events and all that, but I finally beat him last year in Germany. It was PDC, I played really well, and is he any great lad, dead down to earth, nice lad.
He's a local lad, isn't he? Blackburn, Burnley?
Blackburn, yeah. I think he lives in Crewman now with his missus and that, because her stepdad, his dad's stepdad, Patrick Linsky plays, he's a great player as well, Cheshire County, like, kind of thing. But yeah, just dead down to earth lad. Really nice lad, Brad.
I wanted to end on as well, because we mentioned it a few times, but obviously, so everyone knows PDC. PDC and BDO are probably the two powerhouses in there. Yeah. So how many different sort of like... what would you describe? Would you call them like it's like a PDC sort of
organisation?
So PDC. How many is there really?
PDC, you got the WDF. ADC have come through a lot more over the last 18 months. Mm-hmm. They seem to be the most popular, probably taking over the amateur game. We have like tour events and they have like vaults in the week now and all that. It's getting bigger. You know, they've done really well. They've got some really good people involved in the background who they probably don't know. People don't know they're involved, but they're involved and they've got good sponsors, great sponsors and all that. So
we've seen it all the time, don't you? Yeah. Like Moda Super Series and all this. There's so many events flying around at the moment.
Yeah, amateur games in a real good way with the ADC. It's come through and all that because the BDO ended and the WDF is a tough one. It's a tough one to talk about because obviously we do the tour and obviously I'm hoping to try and get to Lakeside at the end of the year and that'll be like our second major. The World Masters isn't on this year. But it's hard to sort of slate it because the people in running it, Nick Rolls and that, are friends of ours. You know, his wife plays in the tour. And Nick's a really good guy. Sit and have a drink at events, and he's a mate like. So it's tough. They
work hard as well, I suppose.
Yeah, they do. He works full time as well, so it is tough. But at the same time, when you're putting money into it and you're not getting the rewards, it's tough not to have your say.
Yeah,
kind of thing. But it is a sour one, it's a tough one. You just got to hope that if your Lakeside happens and then next year, then they'll change it to a 2-year ranking system, which change out the blue. But still only your best 10 boxes will go towards that. But in 2 years, you'll probably play 60 tournaments maybe. With your best 10.
That's a lot, innit?
So some top boys, if you say you win 10 events, you've then got to win events to get any points. Bo Greaves, she's number one. Unless she wins the event, she doesn't get any points. She might have won that money now. I don't think she gets any points.
Well, Bo Greaves is she's... How many did she win in a row?
Oh, Lady Series, scary amount, yeah.
Yeah.
She the one to Urban assist the day they come most flights, same flights as us, and on our table and all that. Yeah, down to earth. Again, she like Luke Litt, just so down to earth.
Yeah. I think it comes across when you're watching them on TV, because obviously you're watching them in the majors.
Yeah.
And it comes across. Like you can tell who are the... I speak to my mates. There's me and a couple of mates who are really into our darts.
Yeah.
And we can kind of tell like who is a good guy and who isn't.
Yeah.
Like it's quite early to do that. Like for me, you look at like your Joe Cullens of the world.
Yeah.
And they just seem like nice people. Like Aspinall, he's literally mates with, he's mates with everyone, isn't he?
But some get misinterpreted completely wrong. So
really,
people say, I get around there, go and price this, go and price that.
Oh, I go and price with my favourite darts player.
So I've done an exhibition with Go and Price, 2019, Port Talbot, quietest man I've ever met.
Really, just dead shy?
No, not shy, just chilled. So there's me, Mark Webster, Jonny Clayton.
Bloody hell.
Kurt Parry, John Worsley.
So is this just like an exhibition?
Port Talbot, yeah. So it's an exhibition. Played Jonny Clayton, he had like 100 stupid average against me. Cheers, Jonny.
Cheers, Jonny. That's a nice way to turn up on the way to Port Talbot.
Oh yeah, thanks, mate. But no, like good. But we were put in the practice room in Webby. Just banter with the lads, Jonny and all that, but he just kept himself to himself, you know what I mean, and just on stage, just adrenaline, and it's adrenaline, like, you know what I mean, and all that, but we'll make out he's this and he's that. Such a nice, genuine guy.
He's a nice guy.
Same as them all, you know what I mean, people like, I imagine that looks after Dimitri Vandenberg as well, and other people like that, and they go, he's dancing and all that, again, such quiet, lovely people, you know what I mean, so you do get misinterpreted, but obviously when you're in the spotlight, it's going to come with it. So
of course,
people
yeah,
just
people
deal
judge
with
it.
it, you know what I mean, but yeah, people, the going price is the main one, they say, he's this, he's that, but generally dead nice and quiet.
Nice lad behind the scenes. Well, we'll take a quick break there. We've got a bit of a special part 2 coming up where we're going to have a game of darts, aren't we?
Yeah, no pressure then.
No pressure, mate. I throw a 40 to 45 average. Let's hope we have a good day today. But yeah, we're going to come back. We're going to get set up on the dartboard and we're going to have a couple games of darts. So see you in part 2. Welcome back to part 2, people. We're going to have a quick game here.
Yeah.
And
When you go straight off.
straight off, pull up.
Yeah, go on.
Ooh.
Look left. You to go, mate, yeah?
Yeah.
Have a good, no pressure, yeah?
I mean, no pressure.
Alright. See how we go.
It's going to be fun.
81.
81, it's a good start.
Solid. My God, you're better than me.
It's a steady 60.
I reckon I have a handicap next leg.
We're free darts in, mate, so
85.
oh, it's in the treble one.
28.
Yeah, 28. When I first saw the first dart going in, I thought, here we go.
I know. 84.
Here we go.
Should have followed. Should have followed. Caught up a bit, haven't I?
Yeah, that went down quick, that scoreboard, I'm not going to lie to you.
26. I'm used to them.
26.
I had plenty of them. $100.
Oh, they are caught very quick. Go on, let me land the treble on camera. That's all I want.
Are you available on
55.
are you available on Monday and Tuesday? With the signing you on.
I mean, what is it? An hour community? I don't even play for a pub team actually, but I think it'd be the maths that would let me down. I'd just panic.
99.
Oh, it's good darts. It's good darts. 1, 3, 2.
2.
Here we go.
I told you that the other week, yeah.
Bubble. Got a bubble, aren't I?
Ball 32.
Oh no, right.
$35. 97 left. 52.
35.
Nice
I'm closer than I thought I would be. Is that in? It's not in.
It's not in, no.
Oh,
Not in.
What's your favourite double then?
It's
What would you say your favourite double is?
Favourite double? I like them all and I hate them all. I don't know.
That's a problem with a double, isn't it?
Double 12 probably.
Double 12?
Double 12, yeah.
I mean, it's a 99 dart finish in it, so I
Double
suppose the double 12 is a nice one to like.
Yeah.
Is that in?
Oh my God, it's in.
Oh no! No!
That was for glory.
Oh my God, I'd have literally gone home.
I definitely want a handicap next leg.
I would have literally ended the video and gone home.
What's all this been, you know what I mean?
I would have posted this over every social media platform.
You've been telling me, you know, you're averaging 45.
To be fair though, I'm on 301, so
Well,
if you think about it, I would.
You're better than what you've made out.
I mean, we'll see.
You're better than what you've made out.
Oh, the crowd are getting involved. It's alright. Start again. Here we go. We can get going again. We warmed up now. Game 2.
Game 2, mate. Go on.
Leg 2. Here we go.
I don't think I should have the handicap deal. 95. Oh,
I've hit a treble on camera. There's one for the people.
You hit more trebles than me. You hit more trebles than me. 80.
I was about to say.
I'm loving them threes.
I was going to say about a comment on
I know.
Oh, it's a solid. It's
I'm
a straight
definitely
60.
signing you on for our team.
Straight 60. Also, Jane, I want to talk about the math side of it. How does it just come naturally to you now?
Natural now, yeah.
Just
Don't ever count.
You just throw and you never really count.
Don't ever count. I mean, it's obviously when you're on 306 and stuff like that now, you start on 19s, 305 18s, or you go to ball and all. It's just natural now. There's no count. If you didn't have to mark or check, there's no.
How long does that take to get to that point, though? How long does it take?
A while. I mean, when I first started playing Super, I used to mark and check all the games, and that just started counting. Counting's massive now. I mean, there's still so many top players now who can't count.
Look at that. D'Souza's probably the one, isn't he? He's the most famous.
Yeah. He's a man when he just sees
but then again, he
goes
because
he's used to playing soft tip darts.
Oh right,
which is bigger, and it tells you on the thing. So he's used to that. He was a massive soft tip player before he got a tour card. He was just used to that.
You play soft tip?
Yeah, I played to Tony Martin. He kept in England for it, and also practiced him a few times. I love it. Love playing. We were meant to go to Spain, play in a dart live, which is like major tour events.
Nice.
During COVID, but it was obviously cancelled. We couldn't go because of COVID. I haven't been since really. So that's why probably hopefully get to a couple of events, big in like France and stuff like that. But the main ones are like Singapore and.
Nice, because I mean, soft tip darts just remind me of going on holiday in Europe. And
it's massive, yeah, but it's so much bigger than it's one of the things so much bigger than people think and all that. But yeah, one of the best ones, Boris Kirchman. Obviously, he's got a tour card, PDC, but he's unbelievable.
He's a joke.
Unbelievable.
He can throw it hard as well.
Oh, he does. Yeah, you wouldn't mess him, would you?
He rams it into. I mean, is he the hardest person on the tour? Do you reckon?
Must be.
He's
up there.
Yeah. I mean, I won't mess with Gerwin either. I won't lie to you.
It's Boris's height. It'd scare you.
I know. Yeah, big lad.
Yeah.
Right. So, where would you go? Would you go?
18s, aren't you?
18s.
I'm nowhere near, so you can set it up if you need to. Another one. Another one. There you are, Bull. There you are, on camera. Go on.
On camera. We've got to go for it.
Oh, 49.
Yeah, I'm in the 13.
49. 37 left.
37 left.
Yeah.
Good, Dad. The
140.
grouping aspect of it.
So it's just about getting that first start right. You know what I mean? Get the first start there or top end of bed. It's just miles easier.
So if you on your first start in the bottom end,
yeah, I'd switch.
Would you switch straight away?
Just wouldn't even think about it.
But
it's a natural.
If you see someone like Jonny Clayton, he
loves it.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah. But we're there. If it darts there and that, it's just you've got to aim it. It'll just deflect in. But obviously, if it's there, it's just a natural thing to
switch over.
Yeah. Yeah, 37. Second, 37 for the second leg.
Oh, I've gone 12. All right,
5. Well, 8.
Oh, I've gone sorry. Bust.
6, 7.
Hey, don't worry, it's a good bust.
Yeah. I could have gone worse.
Could have gone worse.
$58.
That first one would have followed it in.
No, I'd have fancied it.
Oh, only 11.
5 left, 32 scored.
32 scored.
109.
This is when you start to see the creme de la creme, don't you, when you get to the finishing.
No pressure again, then.
That's when you see. Interesting that. So when you're on 90, you don't go treble 18.
I should have done. It's just.
Do you go bull every time?
No. Normally it's 18. Normally sometimes you go 20s because like you're under pressure and down like a bubble. You throw a treble 20 all day. Yeah. So sometimes you go that double 15. Michael Smith goes that way because the pressure. Well, you throw something, you're throwing that all like. But yeah, I mean, normally if I went, I go 19 and go to 18. You just went for ball and just practice game and stuff like that. Just try and push yourself. Oh, bust.
We bust. Hey, that's it. The creme de la creme. You know, I would say best of 3, but I mean, we'll have one more game.
One more quick game, yeah.
One more game.
One more game, mate.
Oh, it's the finishing is it's really separated. I mean, anyone can hit 60, but he's hitting that.
Yeah.
Like that straight in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go again. Let's see if I can take a leg. Maybe not. Straight in. Is that 180 on camera?
180.
180! Yeah, I'll send it you later, mate. Oh, yeah. Send it you later.
What's that? Oh, good one.
Oh, it's 26.
Oh, yeah.
Is 26 the worst? Is 26 the worst one to? Is that the worst scoring darts? In my opinion, 26 is the worst scoring dart.
3 is worst.
Oh.
When you do 3, you just think, wow, how's that happened? I've actually done that sometime in a comp, and I'm not actually lying with you now.
Have you actually?
I've gone 180, 7. So I've gone 5, 2 big ones, and then gone 180 next, and I took it out. I've done several times, done 12 darts, like a 7 or a 5 in it. It's just 3 darts. It's just stupid. It is, but you're thinking, well, how the hell can you go from that to
3 darts can easily go wrong?
It happens. I want to. What's the prize for doing 9 now in this?
I mean,
on camera.
I'll buy you a pint, 2 pints maybe.
Well,
I don't know what else to give you. What can I give a pro darts?
I'll do it in 10.
You won 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? Oh, that went down.
95. 95.
We're not bad.
It's not too bad. Oh, hey, close here. I mean, 95.
I mean, handicap's fantastic. Oh, you're warmed up now, aren't you?
Hey, so I'm getting there now.
We're warmed up now, aren't we?
I'm getting there.
You're feeling loose.
Getting there slowly.
Who are your favourite players to watch then? Like, who do you like? Who? Everyone's got a favourite dance player to watch, especially on TV. After the people in the back row.
I like any top boys. I like watching good games. We're not specific players. If Van Geer's playing Price, Smith, love watching Aspinall. Yeah, if it's a good game, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? But
I do have to say though, Aspinall's the one for me. Obviously, he's an awful lad to me.
But when I'm at a tournament after I've got beat, I absolutely despise watching darts.
It's like, do you? So you're completely cut off from it?
It's just terrible. It's awful. Obviously, as I mentioned on podcast when I'm with like mates Mark, Daft, Tony, they're still in. Obviously, support because they do it for me. They're great for me. Like you know what I mean. When I'm at events, I'm still in and all that. Their first one's there, doing everything I needed to win.
Of what could be. Is that
yeah, mainly. It just frustrates you and that. And especially when you see a game and you know you're better than them, you know you could play better than it. And but it's horrendous watching. It is terrible. For your mates, listen, they do it for me, so you've got to repay the favour.
But you've got to keep going.
If we're all out, then we're out the venue. It's just, it's not nice.
Aren't you?
It's not nice being there. We'll put it that way. Oh, there's the 5. There's the 5. Oh, 25. If I go
25.
If I go 3 tops like the Sousa.
Do it, the Sousa.
Do the Sousa.
Oh, hello. Is that it? Just missing.
32. 148 left.
Oh, we've missed.
Oh. So if
32
120.
You've got to go for the showman here, haven't you? You've got to go for the showman. Oh, is it low?
First start was perfect as well.
First
Can't believe it.
Nestled in.
I know. First start was perfect as well.
Oh, that's a good setup as well.
I'd say I'd go 2 double tens, but I can't double 10 save my life. So,
double 10, so are you not a big fan of double 10 at all then?
I used to love it, but now it's just one of them doubles are just.
It's weird that because you see players like Smith.
Yeah. Oh, Smith loves it. He just stands to the right.
He
But
never
yeah,
misses
double 10. But yeah, oh, it's not good. I mean, yeah, I'll try to go for it, but yeah, generally
go double 10.
Inside, I'll try. First start was in as well.
First start was perfect.
First start was in. I thought, oh, I can't believe missed.
So do you always try? Obviously, you said your favourite double is double 12. Is that a conscious effort for you to leave that now, or do you just?
What's that, double 10?
No, double 12. Because double 12 is like your favourite.
No. I mean, no. When you're in games, you just have to go. When you're on 56, you're 16.
Yeah.
Some people go 20 double 18, but if you bust it in a key moment, then it's.
Yeah.
So no.
Oh, we went right.
26.
See, it just shows how hard it is to be a pro, I suppose, when you're watching.
Yeah.
It is.
Double 5. Oh, this is one that's out of straight. You know it's a mess.
See if you take it out.
Come on, 102.
Right, so would you go 20 again, or what would
14,
you go?
14 for
14.
tops.
Oh, it's
68.
I'll go tops anyway, just to.
34.
Still going.
5, still going.
Let's still go. Oh, it's fantastic.
Well played.
Fantastic.
Played well.
Well, I mean, that definitely shows the professional versus the pub. I've got my title anyway, so that's all that matters. Professional versus pub player.
You got your title.
And then, I'll tell you what, creme de la creme, isn't it?
Not bad, yeah. Football, yeah. Good, you play well, you're good.
I mean, I was alright scoring 60.
Was?
I mean,
yeah, it was at the start. I thought, oh my god.
Did you panic?
I thought you'd been lying to me. All this averaging 45. You bloody hell, you were good.
Well, I'll tell you what, well, thank you very much for watching this episode as well.
Thanks all.
Make sure you check out James on your socials.
Yeah.
James Beeton or?
Yeah, James Beeton on Facebook and Instagram, James.Beeton, and on Twitter as well and all that. Yeah, give us a follow and all that, yeah.
Yeah, and thank you very much. And make sure you tune in for next week. If you watch on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. On Spotify, because this will be on Spotify as well. Okay. They've got video now, so they can watch us. Make sure you give us a 5-star review, and we should see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you very much, mate.